We're gonna go examine the corpses.
So, Makoto, first I'd like to examine the corpses.
Examine the corpses? Can't believe I'm hearing that from a girl the same age as me.
Correct.
Dead bodies don't lie, you know. They tell the truth far more easily than the living.
Hey.
Wouldn't you agree?
How am I supposed to answer?
Anyway, we have to hurry before the class trial begins again.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay then, show me where the bodies are.
They're in the repository. Then I guess we should head that way for now. Gotta go. Where the fuck is it? Over here. There we go. That's you.
Ifumi and Taka.
For a moment, Yoko seemed to go vision. But only for a moment.
So then.
Well then, let's get started.
She crouched down next to Taka and without hesitation began poking and prodding the bodies.
I knew it.
The Monokuma file was right. They were killed using similar weapons.
Her movements were smooth. She was so calm. Seeing how comfortable she was actually made me feel a little more comfortable.
I see.
Koto, I found something.
You did?
Hey.
You remember the wristwatch Taka always wore in his left hand?
You did?
Whew.
Are you so oblivious to the people around you? Do you dislike other people that much?
Yeah. No, that's not it. Anyway, you said he had a watch?
So then.
Take a look. It's broken. You can see the hands aren't moving, right? It's most likely broke when he had his encounter with his assailant. And if you notice, the hands are frozen just past 6 o'clock.
So that would mean the watch was broken sometime just after 6?
That's right.
But last night, Taka's watch definitely wasn't broken.
Oh god. Hey! You! How long were you gonna keep us waiting?
Taka's irritated voice pierced the air as he stared pointedly at his wristwatch.
It's almost 10 o'clock, you know that? Bedtime for all the little boys and girls.
It's like it's trying to do like a bad fucking raccoon impression.
So if it worked at 10 last night, it couldn't have been broken at 6 p.m.
Meaning it must have happened at 6 this morning!
However.
And that's not all. Look at Taka's left hand. He appears to be gripping something.
You're right! There's something white in there.
Makoto.
Perhaps it'll give us answers to who opened the Chamber of Secrets.
Nah, it's a shopping list.
Oh shit. Can you try and pry it out?
Oh, he's vegan. I didn't know that. Me?
Because.
Rigor mortis has already set in. Boys are better suited to this kind of manual labor, right?
Okay. Much as I didn't want to, I grasped Taka's cold hand. Ice cold hand was nearly enough to cause my heart to stop beating, and as soon as I got up from my heart attack, I was able to finally free the object from his tightly clenched fist. A piece of paper?
Hey.
Was that all he had in his hand?
Yeah, that's it. Just a little scrap of paper. Doesn't seem like much of a clue, does it?
Is that right?
I wonder about that.
Kyoko then turned to Yufumi's body.
So then.
Let's check Ifumi's body now. Perhaps he's left us a few clues of his own.
So, did you find anything?
Indeed.
I did. More than I expected, to be honest. Look at this.
What, a paper?
That's right.
Ufumi had it hidden on him.
Hidden?
Indeed.
He'd stuffed it in his pants, so I can only assume he'd hidden it on purpose, you see.
In his pants? Wait, so you...
Why is that?
It It was just his pants, not like his socks or something.
I don't know what that means.
Hey,
Anyway, let's take a look at the paper. Go ahead, Makoto. Open it up.
When I think about how it was stuffed down his pants, it's like, it better be important, Hifumi. I'll never forgive you for this, you fucking dead piece of shit. A note! I found a hole maybe we could use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m.
so
That sounds very familiar.
That's it! It's the same thing Hiro said! And he was telling us the truth!
however,
Although, it's not exactly the same, is it?
Last night someone slipped a weird note under my door, and here's what it said. I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m. The time is different. Hiro told us that the note said to meet at 1 a.m. But the note that they wrote to Hifumi asked him to meet at 6 a.m.
is that right?
Hold on. Just because Ifumi had the note doesn't mean it was meant for him.
Huh?
So,
Part of it has been torn off, right? I think there's likely some meaning there.
There's some meaning to the part of it being ripped? Could you maybe explain it a little more? What could it possibly be?
Think carefully.
hey,
Why would he have been clutching that scrap of paper so tightly?
I have no idea.
so then,
What if it wasn't just a scrap of paper when he was holding it? What if it was something more important? How would something important like that become a mere scrap of paper? That's what you need to answer.
hey,
And while we're at it, I should tell you one other thing. The two victims this time definitely had their e-handbooks on them. So the handbooks have nothing to do with how the murders were carried out. Not that there was any reason to think they were connected to the killings in the first place.
So you're saying I don't have to think about the handbooks this time, right?
is that right?
If you didn't have to think about them at all, I wouldn't have gone out of the way to mention it. All I said was that they weren't used to help carry out the murders. There may come a point, however, where a handbook may play a role.
Handbook might play a role. I don't think I understand. But if Kyoko thinks it's important, I better keep it in mind.
Are you excited? Are you pumped? It's time for the class trial to begin! Like the bright burst of fireworks, like the flash of a soul clashing with life and death. And so, with no further ado, everyone please meet at the usual spot. Make your way to the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon!
It would seem,
It's unfortunate, but I suppose this is where our investigation comes to an end. You'll have to figure out the rest for yourself and come to the proper conclusion.
Yeah, you're right.
shall we go?
We'd better be going.
Okay. Everyone had heard Monokuma's proclamation, and they were gathered by the red door. Proclamation. Came up with that myself. A very long word. Makes me look smart. And as soon as we were all there...
Monokuma!
Ow! Hello. He's multiplied!
Can I tell you?
Nope, not multiplication. It looks that way because of an illusion. I moving so fast it only looks like I multiplied. Can you guys tell which one is the real Monokuma?
Can we just get on the elevator already?
Boy!
You're not playing along.
Stop talking.
We're not here to play with you.
Okay.
Okay, fine.
Hey!
And if everyone's here and ready to go, please board the pay train elevator. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
Okay then, shall we? Hold on, I'm not mentally prepared yet.
What the heck?
You'll never be mentally prepared. You can't run away anymore, Hero. You gotta pay for your sins. I told you already, I didn't do it, for serious! That reminds me, did you ever find the other costume or the note? Well, no, but... that's fortunate. It would seem we had a culprit.
Hey,
This isn't the place to talk about it. Save your accusations for when we get to the courtroom.
That's right.
She's right. Let's get down there first, and the story can really begin. Yeah, a good idea. That's right. I have to do it. I can't let whoever killed Hifumi and Taka get away with it. For everyone who is still alive, and for the two that lost their lives. The one who killed Hifumi and Taka. The one who killed two of our friends. The killer is... someone right here. Who do you think it is?
Not Sakura.
Yeah. I don't like Monokuma's carefree attitude.
Not Hina.
Let's hurry up and go, so we can make Hiro pay for his crimes.
Not Byakuya.
Are you listening? Until we get to the courtroom to begin your arguing.
Not Celeste.
It would appear the culprit has been confirmed. This trial will be over in no time.
hey,
Not Kyoko.
Video Ando.
Oh yeah. The story begins when we get down there.
It wasn't me! You gotta believe me!
Not Hero.
Yes, yes.
Come on, Big Mac. Let's do it! And not Genocide Jack.
So, you think it's... Hifumi?
I genuinely think Hifumi did it and is still alive, but used Hero possibly through some sort of the robots moving while Hero's something like that, controlled them. I think if anyone here did it, it is probably Hero somehow. It's not anybody else. Hifumi's still alive. Hifumi was behind the whole thing. They literally just showed two Monokumas. There's two Hifumis.
They've already confirmed that there are several Monokumas.
Yeah, but
he has replacements.
we've never seen two at a time.
I suppose. But,
It's a hint.
But no, he was saying that he was moving so fast that it looked like there was multiple of them.
Yep.
That's how it was.
Oop.
I took one last deep breath and exhaled slowly. I began to walk toward the elevator once everyone was aboard. The doors closed on their own, and the steel box began to move. The clunking of the elevator kept us company as we fell further and further down. There was no going back. Until we settled all this, we couldn't go anywhere.
Not quite sure if I believe this one, but I think Hero might be dead, and that might be a clone or something.
So you think that they're going to do like a Deus Ex Machina and like have just like suddenly a cloning storyline will appear,
Or a robot. Clone is a loose term. Kyoko's a robot, I think, already. So I think it's possible that there's... Yeah.
I'm not sure how long it was before the elevator finally came to a stop. The elevator door slid open, opening up into a cruel fate. When I see you all gathered together like this, I realize just how few of you there are left. Your school life is slowly reaching its climax.
just the worst.
Because of you. Why? Why are you making us do such cruel things to each other? What? You really hate me so much? But I'm so cute!
Come on.
Stop goofing around and begin the trial. Don't rush me! Of course I'm gonna start it! I'll never be like, stay tuned for the action-packed class trial after this commercial break! I never hold out on you like that! Okay, let's begin. Get to your assigned seats!
You're telling me there's still over 2 hours left in this case?
Yeah, the trials are quite long.
Yeah, it's a Fumi.
So the curtain opened once again. A deadly. You say that it's way too long or way too short? Or whatever.
Well, I mean, considering how it really only seems like maybe 2 people could have even possibly done it,
Yeah.
you would think it wouldn't take over 2 hours. That tells me it's probably going to be a very complicated case.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's a Fumi.
All right. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly fate, a deadly class trial. Okay. Because
I'm sorry, Darren. I'm sorry I ruined it. I'm sorry I figured it all out.
I know, it's okay.
But
I'll go over the
They don't
evidence
get-
because you're an idiot.
they don't get one past this old
No.
dog, I tell you what.
Victims were Hifumi and Kiyotaka. Cause of death for each was a blow to the head. It was thought that they were killed with a similar weapon. Not the same weapon, but a similar weapon.
Yes.
The tarp that was found in the repository under Taka's lifeless body, it was used to move Taka and also to avoid like leaving any bloodstains. The dolly has blood on its wheel, and we saw like smudge marks under where Taka's body initially was. So it's assumed that this was used to move Taka's body. When we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, he had blood on his glasses, but when we found him in the repository, his glasses were clean. There were a bunch of mallets on the wall of the repository. One of them is wet and recently has been washed. The door connecting the art room to the repository is only locked from the inside. So Hina said that when Sakura and her got to the art room, they couldn't open the door to the repository because it was locked. But there was no way that anybody could have beaten them there. So like, who could have been? There's a puddle of blood was found in the equipment room where Taka's body was initially found. A tire track has been left used in the blood. There's a glass of cleaning cloth in the trash can of the nurse's office. It has a very unique anime character on it. So one has to wonder if someone uses the lights to blow away. Celeste said that Hifumi's body disappeared when she and Hina went to use the restroom, and they weren't gone for more than a minute or two. Hiro's message, this is what Hiro gave us to meet at the dining hall to, like, whenever alter ego went missing. And what?
I already know the significance of this piece of evidence.
Yeah, what?
The handwriting on the plans for Robo-Justice.
Yeah.
Notably messy handwriting.
Yeah.
So clearly Hifumi gave these to Hiro to build, and he said these have to bend. Just saying.
Why would he give them to Hiro to build when clearly Hifumi is like is the ultimate fanfic creator, which would be also into like cosplay, whatever. Why would you think that Hiro would be competent enough to make cosplay really well?
That's a good point.
Okay, yeah. But this does mention the handwriting is nice and neat.
Aha! Shitty handwriting.
Has shitty handwriting. And this was found in Hiro's room. No one but Hiro could have possibly fit into the costume. Anybody that wears the Robo-Justice costume wouldn't be able to see the feet or bend at the waist. So they are basically just standing.
So they can't pick anybody up or drag them.
Essentially, you could make like.
This case is my bitch.
Hiro said that he received a note last night that said that somebody found a way to escape. Let's meet at the rec room at 1 a.m. And then Taka's wristwatch was broken just past 6 o'clock. It was confirmed that his watch was broken the night before. So that means that it was working. So that means that this is 6 a.m. rather than 6 p.m. Taka was holding a scrap of paper, and then Hifumi had a note that said the same thing that Hiro's note said, but instead it says the equipment room at 6 a.m. instead of Hiro's note, which said the rec room at 1 a.m. Each student has their own e-handbook, and it displays the name whenever you open it up. It's believed that handbooks have not involved in carrying out the murders this time, but Kyoko believes that they will come up at some point. Alright, let me go. Oh, that's good. Go.
Alright, wake me up when Hifumi is revealed to be alive.
You think there's gonna be a whole, like, a grand ceremony, lights and fucking smoke machines, and be like, I'm actually alive, you know? Alright, we're good.
All rise.
Let's begin with a basic if you can, then I'll
Oh, thank
finish
God.
now, then.
Yep. Skip
To
that shit.
begin with,
We already know who did it.
Yep.
Was that?
Whoever she says, that's not it.
It was Hiro.
Nope.
He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit. Don't try and deny it. You killed them.
I didn't. Someone knocked me out. I was asleep the whole time. I don't know anything about it.
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
Who are you calling a murderer?
I am sorry to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence. Blueprints for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it. And all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite
They
compelling.
switched his room.
Like they did in the first case?
Yep, every case.
It points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know. I don't know.
Is Hiro really the killer? Or, before anything else, we have to make that clear.
Dude, they switched rooms in the second case, too.
Yeah, but they did switch dorm rooms. Anyway, Hiro's message, he was saying that he got the note. Saying meet at the...
Right.
Yeah.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
No, this is Hiro's message with saying meet at the, meet at the dining hall with the nice handbag.
True, it's a conspiracy.
Hiro, why? Why did you kill them?
No, just hold on a second.
I mean, looking at the blueprints, that handwriting is awful messy. If I remember right, Hiro's handwriting is...
Really great.
Everything we found in your room.
what am I doing?
The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof
No,
enough
blueprints are
that
proof
you
because they're
are
shitty
the
handwriting on them.
culprit.
Well, I missed it. You should have been a little bit faster.
No, just hold on a
Oh,
second.
Eliza on the line. You only got 13 minutes left to do this, man.
The blueprints, the
Fuck.
suit parts.
It's over in 13 minutes?
No, that's wrong.
To do this test, but he got 13 minutes to do it.
Are we sure Hiro really made those blueprints?
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hiro wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared. The handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say? When you compare it to the blueprints.
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Come on. I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting anyway.
So Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hiro's the culprit?
And he's not the only one. I think Hiro is innocent as well.
What?
Then who was in that Robo-Justice suit? Is it like Hiro said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
And of course, he passes it off to me.
So,
What am I, a main character?
who was in the Robo-Justice suit?
The suspicious individual in question, the one that must have been in the suit. Who was it?
Hiro.
Oh my God! You don't think it was the Illuminati?
Other than Hiro, I can't think of anyone else it could have been. Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit, and we never found any kind of second suit.
Then there can be no doubt. Hiro is the prime suspect.
That doesn't make any sense. You just said Hiro didn't do it.
It makes perfect sense. Hiro was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
So what you're saying is...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo-Justice suit.
What? Now that's a bold assumption. And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You do have a reason, yes.
Of course. But before we get to that, there's something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around.
All things have a proper order.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body. It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items. Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
Things that we used to move Taka's body. They must have been...
the dolly.
I got it!
Still one more thing!
The tarp.
I got
Unbelievable! Holy shit, how did you get it?
A dolly and a tarp, right?
What's with the attitude?
So, let's see if I can explain. Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room, and then we rediscovered it in the repository. And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right? It was the same tarp that, up until then, was stored in the equipment room. So the killer must have seen it there, and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body. That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there. But when the body disappeared, so did the dolly. Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository, so did the dolly.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body. Am I right? But are you sure you are not mistaken?
Huh?
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room. Is it not possible
Glad the
that
bike's
it
not
was
picking
in
it
the
up.
repository all along,
Huh?
and you
Glad the
simply
bike's
didn't
up.
realize it?
Oh yeah, it's not making any noise.
She's raised an
I've just bit
objection.
my tongue in
How do
multiple
you
places, so I'm
respond?
kind of struggling.
do that?
In my sleep, just grinding my teeth and I bit my tongue
Really?
multiple places. Yeah.
You're a fucking child.
There is
Yeah.
no shame in being wrong. Nobody expects much from you anyway. We have all accepted the fact that you rarely understand what is going on around you.
I've solved the first two cases. Wow! I've never heard anyone sound so nice while being so mean! Maybe I can change her mind. If I can explain to them why the dolly must have been moved from the equipment room to the repository, and I'll do that in
The next episode.
Watching this episode, make sure to subscribe to the video, find a time up, and watch this.
Every single day.
Bye-bye.